Hello, welcome to today's class on input devices, which I'm sure that a very good number of us are used to that, are familiar with input devices. Now, input devices are simply devices, or you call them peripheral components, that enables the user to supply data into the computer so that we can process the data into information. Basically, a computer system consists of input devices, central processing units, output devices, as well as the memory unit that deals with storage. So that means the four of them are working hand in hand to bring about processing of data into information. But our focus in this class is on input devices, talking about those components or those devices that enables a user to supply the computer with data so that we can carry out processing into information. Now, common examples of input devices include the following. We have the keyboard, we have the mouse, we have the scanner, we have the microphone, we also have the trackball. So we'll look at a few of them in this class. They're actually more than this, but for the purpose of this class, we're looking at just these few. Now, the first one we shall be considering is the keyboard. Now, just like the name implies, the keyboard is nothing but a device that has keys for typing. So the user type in the data through the keyboard. There are about 103 or 104 keys on the keyboard. Now, depending on the size. Of course, a laptop which is smaller in size should have a lesser key. The difference is just that in a bigger keyboard, some keys are repeated. So as a beginner with keyboard, what am I supposed to do? The first thing is that I should become familiar with the keys, their arrangement, and their classification. Now, basically, the keys are categorized into 5 classes or categories. To my far from me, close to my screen, I have keys that are labeled from F1 to F12, otherwise known as the function keys, and they are used for certain functions which you shall get to know with time. Then follow are the numeric keys, then alphabetic keys, then special character keys, and of course cursor control keys that regulate movement of cursor on the screen. The next device is called the mouse, which can either be wireless or wired. Now, it's simply a pointing device. As the keyboard is a typing device, the mouse is a pointing device. So the user places his hand on the mouse and he moves it from left to right or up and down, and that movement regulates the cursor on the screen. So with that kind of movement, the user is able to perform certain tasks such as clicking an item on the screen, or dragging an item, or sometimes selecting from certain set of data. Follow to that is called a trackball. A trackball looks like a mouse, but in this case it has a ball on top. And unlike the mouse, the trackball is static. The user just moves the ball, and that rolling of ball controls the cursor on the screen. The advantage is that we can use a trackball if the ground is not smooth, as in the surface is not smooth. Okay, the next device is called a track point. Certain keyboards have a device located in between key G, H, and B called a track point. Now, it's also used to regulate cursor movement on the screen. So if my mouse pad is bad, I can use that device to regulate my cursor on the screen. Of course, the next device is called joystick, and gamers are used to this. It's just simply for playing computer games, for example your PS. Okay, next is light pen. It looks like the conventional pen, but in this case we use it on the screen. We use it to write on the screen. In the early days of computing, we use the light pen a lot on the CRT, but these days people that are into graphics and architectural work are using it. Then I have the scanner. The scanner is another device we use to capture images and pictures into the computer. So if I want to have my picture into the computer, I use a scanner to obtain that picture or that image into the computer. Follow to that is called a microphone. Now, if I want to record my voice or input my voice into the computer, a microphone is a device that can help you take care of that. What makes you to hear me is because I have a microphone attached to my device, which I speak, and you can hear me through an output section. Okay, then I have what is called a webcam. A webcam is simply a small camera attached to the computer, which I can capture myself like a normal camera, so that I can use the picture or the image for something. Or sometimes when you're having a video call, you use the webcam, right? Sometimes in our mobile phones we have selfie, right? So we use webcam for that. Okay, because of time, I will just list out the remaining ones and then mention their functions. So other input devices that I use today include touch screen. That means I touch an item on my screen and then I give the command. For example, on our smartphones, we use it a lot. Then card reader, camera, and barcode reader, which is common with Xender, right? So we have a device called barcode reader that I use to read our barcode. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you for listening. Have a good time. Thank you.